The Wayne Ayers Podcast. The Wayne Ayers Podcast. Woohoo! Time to wake your ass up for a blessed day.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. I know everything's been crazy for you, but like it's the big day tomorrow. Like, so how does that even feel?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it feels like it's come around so quickly and so slowly, and it's been like mayhem. But I'm really excited for people just to finally see it.
That's good. What was your thoughts when you first saw the trailer?
When I first saw the trailer, I thought that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's so cool. It's really beautiful, and I knew it would be because Sean Francis is a wizard, and the glam team, like Cleo's glam team, and the art designer and everybody, the director, everybody's work was just so on point in Morocco. But I think when you see it all put together like that, it's just like mind-blowing.
No, yeah, I know it's been causing noise and everything, but like, what was like your first reaction when you knew you were gonna start playing Cleopatra in this docuseries?
When I first found out, I was elated, but I was so um shocked. I think it's really hard to get your head around it, you know. The weight of stepping into those shoes of all the historical people, of all the real people who really lived that you could step into the shoes of. She's like the most iconic, right? Um, but yeah, it was. To be honest, though, I didn't have a lot of time between finding out and then going and shooting, so there wasn't a lot of time to be like really overwhelmed by it. It was like, okay, let's get to work.
Did you like I know like what does like Cleopatra mean to you personally?
What does it mean to me? Gosh, I think she means to me strength, like nothing I've ever seen before, like nothing I've ever experienced or to come to understand before. She's very much like divine female energy and empowerment. But also it's like the fullness and it with regards to how awesome she was, but also how flawed she was. Like she's just as human as all of us, um and that's what I really hope that people can kind of see in what we've created. But yeah, she's so iconic, but she's also just a human being, and I think that's the big thing for me.
That's cool. That's good. For what like I want to know like because there's so many conversations around everything. Is there like a certain moment that you're like in a docuseries that you're like really excited for people to see? Is there like a certain scene or part in there that you're like, man, I can't wait to people to see this?
The coronation is epic. It's so cool, and it's like a real family affair, right? So it's like one of the only times that we were all together shooting together. So I think I'm just super excited for people to to just see us all together. This big beautiful set. Um, but kind of it's hard to pick out like a single scene or moment because there were so epic things that happened in life, like the fuck out. There's
Oh my God.
me as Cleopatra, and I love that. It's a bit, there's a little bit of it actually in the trailer where the line is there's no Rome without Egypt, and that's from that scene, that banquet scene, and that scene was so fun to shoot. So yeah, there's loads of death, loads of birth.
No, okay. I really want to know, like, I know you just like so many, there's lawsuits and crazy thing. Like, how have you handled this? 'Cause I know you've been must been getting crazy messages and everything. Like, how have you handled all this?
Yeah, the messages have been difficult, I think. You know, it's not I think it's let alone the scale of what I've been receiving. But I think, ultimately, that I am healthy, that I've got a really good support system. It's made me feel really self-assured. I've done my research, we did our research. It's a docudrama, for goodness sake. So I don't really feel the need to like defend the show anymore. But yeah, the messages, it's a lot, and your world gets very small when people troll you like that. But I think, yoga, mindfulness, good people, good food, those are the things that have been keeping me going.
What is something that people gonna be like? What's something that's commonly misunderstood about Cleopatra?
That she's not this like overly sexualized just like idea of a person, I think. And also like she's very much been portrayed over time from a male gaze, white male gaze at that. And so I think the thing that people overlook is that she was incredibly intelligent. She's a scholar. She spoke 9 languages. I think they say between 5 and 9 languages. She was a scientist. She was an incredible politician and strategist. She had 4 children. I didn't realize she had 4 children. And one of the only surviving daughter that she had, went on to marry an African king. So I think there's so many beautiful nuances about who she was as a person, but also about her legacy that people just have no idea about, that they're about to learn.
What do you what do you have what do you your opinion about, like, because now it seems like people are mad about like Cleopatra being blackwashed, but like in historical time, like Hollywood has whitewashed like a lot of Egyptian historical figures. So like what's your opinion about that? Yeah. What? No. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you're frozen like this. Okay, now
Okay.
you're back. You're back.
All right,
Sorry.
cool. My bad.
Could
No,
you repeat the
we're
question
good now.
for me?
I said, what's your like opinion about people, like there's like a lot of like saying people are saying Cleopatra's being blackwashed, but like in like Hollywood has historically like whitewashed Egyptian historical figures. Like, what's your opinion about that?
I just think, well, firstly, blackwashing isn't a thing, is it? It's
No,
just a
yeah,
made up
but
word.
yeah.
So there's that. I just think, it's really sad to me the extent to which people want to, and it's not just Egyptians and it's not all Egyptians, but people want to colonize and um remove. And it's just upsetting. I find it sad that people are either so self-loathing or so threatened by blackness that they feel the need to do that, to separate Egypt from the rest of the continent. And I just think it's even more important that we're telling this story the way that we are, because actually we don't know. It's a big question mark. Was she mixed race? Was she not? She wasn't black, we know that, but she might have been part black. Absolutely. That's um absolutely with the confines of within the realm of possibility, based on the academic research. So, if people don't want to engage with that research, the expert research, that's not really a me problem, that's kind of a them problem. I can't. We've done our research, it's out there.
I know there's been like a lot of criticism and everything, but there's also I've seen people like that came out and said they like loved the trailer from the what Netflix released. Have you got like any like support from that, like from fans or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Someone's made a lovely fan page called Queen Cleopatra Netflix, and it's so cute. They like reposting all our posts about it, and they've sent me some really nice messages. I'm getting messages from all over the world. Some people in Egypt, someone in Ukraine has been messaging me. Some people in France. It just came out in Vogue Germany today. Um, it's amazing, like the international support for this show, and actually the amount of people that I've seen in just in real life, like similar features. Um, so I would say overwhelmingly the response has been positive, but you know, the negative people, they're loud, right? They make themselves loud. And so if you're not looking in the right places, it might feel like that's all there is, but there's so much positivity.
What's something do you love and dislike about Cleopatra?
Something I dislike about Cleopatra, probably that she like murdered all of family. Not a big fan of that. Yeah, I mean that was kind of the Ptolemaic way, really. They just killed each other in order to eliminate threats of being killed. So it was really kill or be killed, but you know, the empath in me is not a big fan of the murder. But what's something I like about her? I think her mind, her ability to strategize, think on her feet, her intelligence, her she was known for being a wonderful speaker. Um, and I feel like maybe if she hadn't have been if she was born like in these times, maybe she would have been like an actress um or someone who uses their voice for good, like an activist or something.
Okay, no, yeah, I'm excited to see it. 'Cause I know nothing. I go in this like I don't know nothing at all. So I'll be like, okay, let me just go in there. So I'm excited to see it. But did you have any concerns when you first like even like went out for the role?
Not concerns, but I was aware definitely that what was happening was going to ruffle some feathers for sure. I mean, you know, we weren't born yesterday and I've been brown all my life. So, but no, not concerns. If anything, it emboldened me to want to do it more, especially because it's a docudrama and there's that historical research to support the casting and everything. But no, I've only ever been just over the moon about this opportunity.
I know you just said you didn't have much time from like when you first found out to like shooting, but how did you even get in preparation for the role? Like, did you go like and look up stuff about Cleopatra? Like, I know it's acting like you had to do a whole lot of things just to even get into character. So, what
Yeah.
did you what did you even do for this?
So for this role, to be honest, like I literally found out like 2 days before I had to fly. So I feel like I was like the whole time. I mean, obviously I was learning as much as I could and really trying to like center and ground myself as much as I could. But the experience of leading a show and keeping it moving and thinking on your feet and that I feel actually really supported a lot of the scenes that I was doing and the headspace that she might well have been in herself, like trying to keep everything together and keep everybody on side and, you know, strategize and keep it moving and be the face of everything. So that was really helpful. But the script itself, you know, there are experts that are littered throughout the season who are talking about Cleopatra's life from the research that they've done. That was also in the script, so that was really helpful. And I listened to a really great audiobook called Cleopatra, which is written by a woman, and it's about Cleopatra, but from a woman's perspective. And so it's really that was a godsend while I was on the plane and getting my COVID kind of checks and stuff before I even got on the plane. And actually throughout the whole shoot, I was listening to that as we went along.
Okay, that's good. I know Jada's a part of this. She's the executive producer of the project. Did you have a chance to talk to her at all about this?
No, we didn't have any direct contact, but to my knowledge, she was very involved in the casting process and obviously she narrates the show as well, which is so like mind-boggling and wild to me that she that she's looked at my face and spoken over it. Like, that's crazy. And there was a lot of feedback from LA and from London as well, while we were in Morocco shooting. So we'd film something, the rushes would get sent off, and then we'd get feedback on that as we were going along.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, but what has been like? Is this like your biggest obstacle in your career so far?
Biggest obstacle?
Yeah, for you.
How do you mean with regards to like the way that people have responded?
Yeah, just like I know, like some actors, you just go in there, you do the project, and then there hasn't even been like it's been. I feel like there's been way more criticism before people have actually got to see it. Yeah, it haven't been out yet, so it's like, damn, you're going to the days tomorrow, and like nobody has seen it yet, but it seems like everybody's bashing it. So is this like a big?
Yeah.
Is it the biggest obstacle for you?
Yeah, it's well, two things, because I think, if it was absolutely like there was a lot of people saying very horrible things, but it definitely wasn't everyone. And I think that's so important to remember, like in the grand scheme of things, there was some people who kind of lost their mind over it, but there was a lot of really positive responses immediately as well. And there has been, and it's remained, it's consistent. People are so excited. I'm getting messages all the time. But this is the biggest thing I've had to deal with in the public sphere. So it's the most I've had to navigate personally as an actress. This has definitely elevated my profile considerably, on an international scale. The biggest job I had done before this was a television program here in the UK, that it does kind of have repeats in other parts of Europe, but like several years down the line. In the UK it's big, but outside of the UK it's not as big, right? So this is like a whole other scale yeah, it's a different scale of a project for me. But I would say it's not wholly negative. And actually, as time has gone on, those voices have gotten quieter and quieter.
Okay, that's good to hear. Cause I know I know you're talking about like even I feel like didn't the Egyptian government come out and speak about this?
Yeah, I know I shouldn't laugh, but it's quite funny. I think it's quite funny. The level of threat that you must feel just on my skin tone to file a lawsuit against an entire streaming service, that to me is really extreme. It's a really extreme reaction, and it's 100% fundamentally rooted in racism, which is a very modern ideology. The ancient Egyptians, they don't think about race the way that we do, because race really has only been contextualized as we understand it since the transatlantic slave trade. It just doesn't, that's just not how people thought back then, right? So it's really bizarre, but to me it's, again, it's just, I find it very sad. I feel sad for them.
So like for the people that like are angry or have negative content or negative like comments saying like what do you hope to they gain from the film or gain from watching this docuseries?
Well, if they watch it, if they give us some hate views, I hope that they will understand that it's a debate, it's a conversation, it's not a definitive answer. And that actually the research on it is really interesting. And the people that are talking about it are really, really interesting. But really, I hope that they discover, and I think they will discover quite quickly, that the series is about so much more than that. You know, Cleopatra is no more reduced to what her heritage may or may not have been than I am or any of us. We are all full human beings, and she was a full human being. She was a person, and that's what this is about.
Okay. Moving on from Cleopatra, I know there's a lot of things going on. I know you have your own podcast as well.
I do.
I saw. So, like, can you tell us like what's that about, just for people that don't know?
Yeah, so I started a podcast after I came off of my last job, my last big TV job, I should say, which was designed to be a kind of journal-like memoir, I guess, of the real-time reality of being a working actor, successful actor in quotation marks, because that means something different to everybody. And so I used to speak weekly, just about what was going on, how I was navigating life, to offer some solidarity to other actors, because I think we look at social media and we think we understand people and we think we get their life and we think, oh, things are going so well for Adele because she's been doing this TV show and she'll be working on something else next. And I don't work for 10 months between Casualty, which was the show that my last big TV show, job, and then Cleopatra. And that was a year ago now, that I did Cleopatra. So I've done some other bits since then, but people think they understand, but they don't really. And so I just wanted to kind of wipe away the social media surface via this podcast. But then I started bringing on other friends of mine in the industry, other actors, and they talk about their experiences as well.
Have you been thinking about dropping an episode? I mean, like during this time, because like it would be
Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna drop one soon?
Definitely. Yeah. I've
Okay.
just been kind of, to be honest, the media kind of snowstorm that I'm in is real chaotic. So there's lots going on in a really good way. But I just wanted to make sure I could give everything I could to that and to selling the show in the best way possible. But there's many things that I want to talk about from this experience. I don't know what's going on today.
Okay, you hear me?
Oh, there you are.
I think that one was me. You can hear me though?
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. I'm plugged into an Ethernet cable. I
No, I
can
think
hear
that
you now. Yeah. Did you
I
get
think that
that?
yeah, I heard a little bit of it, but that one was me. I don't know what's going on. It's the Wi-Fi. I hate Zoom. It's literally be killing me, the
I'm
Wi-Fi
so
center.
sorry.
No, you're perfectly fine. What was I about to ask? But yeah, have you have you been getting like any like kind of like it's been making like a lot of noise, but have you been getting like more like job offers from acting? Because it's making a lot of noise, even if it's negative or positive, but it's making a lot of noise like literally everywhere. So have you been getting more like, hey, callbacks or like job offers, like, hey, we want you to be part of this, or not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely. I've been having a lot of really uh, the industry's in a kind of a sticky spot at the moment, isn't it? Because the writer's strike is going on in Los Angeles. But definitely I've been my name out there. But yeah, as you say, it's literally all over the world, which is just so crazy. I can't get my head around it.
No, yeah. What's your thoughts about the writer strike? Can you hear me?
Be paid adequately for their work. No one could have predicted, with the rise of the internet and the streaming services and everything. Like sometimes it feels like everything's just like running away from us, right? Kind of keep up with that. But enough is enough. These people should be paid.
Can you hear me?
I can
Okay, man, I don't know what's going on right now. It was going perfectly fine for like 20 something minutes now. It wants to be
I
weird.
know, it's just freaking out, isn't it? What is
No,
going on?
okay, cool. You're good. Okay. But no, what yeah. Can you repeat that? I gotta hear that one.
Of course I can. Yeah, of course I can. I'm so sorry. So, what I think of the writer's strike is I am in complete and total support. I think writers are an integral part of our industry. Without them, what do I say? What do any of us say? No, really though, I think it's important that, things have obviously escalated. There's the streaming services and especially over COVID. completely boomed. And I'm so pleased for them, you know, that they have seen so much success. But the result of that shouldn't be the neglect or the abuse even of the people that are creating the content that they need to be able to continue surviving and thriving. Like, it's just not, give the people what they need. We need them. Give them what they need. You know, I'm in complete support, and I think they have a lot of support here in the UK.
Yeah, what do you think about the streaming services? 'Cause I feel like streaming as there's like nobody kind of knows what's going on, but like even like when you see music, like people are doing like billions of streams, but they don't make no money at all, which is kind of crazy at all. I'd be like, how is that even possible? And then like now with shows, it's like streaming, but like it doesn't seem like people are making much money as they should be. Like, so like, how do you feel like we should move forward with like streaming in general?
It's hard to say, but like, I don't understand the logistics of it deeply enough, I think, to be able to probably offer anything that valuable with regards to like how we should move forward. But it feels like we just need to have like a good sit down and just be like, okay, this is where we are, this is where we need to be. How do we make that work collaboratively so that everybody benefits? Because it shouldn't just be like the companies benefiting and everybody else suffering and struggling, right? This should, we need an equitable industry, because if it's equitable for one, it's equitable for all. So I don't know if I know the best way forward, but I know that the conversation needs to be had, which is hopefully what's coming, you know, which hopefully is going to be the product of this strike, is that they're going to be able to just sort it out and figure out the best way forward for all of us. Because it has just boomed so crazily over the last few years, and it doesn't serve everybody, and we got to figure that out.
No, yeah, I agree. 'Cause I just like I don't know what the math is for some of the math. I don't know how this
What's
equals
the
this. I don't know what's going on here. Like when people be like, "Oh, I did a billion streams and I didn't make much money," but how? Like you did a billion. You know,
it's
so
crazy.
yeah, it's just crazy. But speaking of, like you're an actor, like what is do you have like a dream role of yours that you really want to do? Is there like a couple like roles that you like, man, I really want to do this in the future?
I mean, Cleopatra would have probably been the top of that list. So I feel very lucky already. But I think I just want to keep telling really interesting, complex stories about flawed women, you know, just these people that you really like, and every actor just really wants the challenge of slipping into something, transforming into something that feels quite far from who they are, because you need to use yourself to get there, but you want to really have to like work to get into the mind of somebody. And the roles that I've had to do thus far have been a lot of work in that regard, and I really love that about what I do. Like, it's so exciting and it's so thrilling, and it's so gratifying when you achieve it. So I just hope that I get to keep doing that, whoever they might be and in whatever kind of project. I love drama, but I'd like to do a bit of comedy as well. That'd be fun.
Is there like another woman that you would like to play?
um I wouldn't mind having a go at Josephine Baker, actually. If I was going to play another real historical figure, I was a background artist many years ago on a period drama, and I don't know why, because I wasn't playing Josephine Baker, but they did my hair and makeup to make me look like Josephine Baker. And it's the first time I ever saw myself, and I thought, oh my gosh, how amazing would it be to play a real human being that really lived, who was biracial? Like, that would be so cool.